I promise you, Messi doesn't care about the award. And if Cristiano won this award over him, Messi wouldn't give a damn. All Messi cares about is, okay, I'm cool with my family, bro. I've got to do something for Argentina. And let me see whether I can win another champ. Messi's focus is, I want to win another Champions League. I've got to try and win a World Cup with Argentina now. Cristiano, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. As a professional, you shouldn't be doing. See, you can be competitive, but you can be competitive in a professional way. Cristiano, man. I refuse to believe this is real. I refuse to believe that this guy has really done this. So we're just gonna assume that it's real and look at this radar. So because people they send this to me in the DM, say, "Yo, have you seen this? You have about you seen the H? Have you seen this?" and stuff. I was like, "What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?" So I looked at it and it seems to be real. It seems to be real, man. It seems to be real. So, guys, look. So there is a post by I think he's a Cristiano fan called CR7 Lendario, CR7O Lendario, who put this essay, pretty much breaking down stuff about Cristiano in support of Cristiano getting the Ballon d'Or and how he's not been recognized, and pretty much crapping on your boy Messi. And the Instagram accounts of Cristiano said factors. And I'll talk about them because people say, oh, he doesn't run his own Instagram accounts. And I'll get to that. So let me just read this and then we'll just look at particular things that are happening around here. So obviously, I'm not okay. I'll read this because I'm not sure whether you guys can really see this as well. So it says Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry. Let me drive that. So Cristiano Ronaldo this year, Coppa Italiano, Italian Super Cup, top scorer of the Euros, top scorer of the Serie, Juve top scorer, Man United's top scorer. True. Well, obviously, the United thing doesn't really count because I think that goes away from the voting. But yeah, Juve top scorer, I think he had 26, 25 goals or something. Was it? I think it was 29 goals he had, I think. He became the highest scorer in football history. Obviously, through international goals. He became the top scorer in the history of teams in the world. He became the top scorer and the greatest assists in Euro Cup history. 43 goals in the year, 6 goals in 5 games in the Champions League, all decisive, and a guy who, regardless of his age, continues to perform miracles and is a guy who impresses the world most often. They still put the man in 6th. Do you really think 5 people made more than him last year? Now, for me, that's an argument because when we're doing a thing, I argued for maybe Cristiano could be 5. But then I then forgot about Kante. But you could argue that Cristiano has done more over the year than a Kante. But for me, I rank Dot higher. But pretty much, yeah, you can, based on what Cristiano has done in the Serie, what he did at the Euros, what he's doing for United and so forth, you could make an argument for Cristiano top 5. Top 2, top 3, no. You can make an argument for 5, maybe 4. You can make an argument for 5 or 4. Put it this way. I put Cristiano ahead of Jorginho. We can agree on that. I put him ahead of Jorginho. Can't say, let's have a discussion. He's way ahead of freaking Jorginho. Do you think 5 people made more than him last year? Never. He could fight for the prize easily, and the fight would be a good one with Lewandowski, who in individual numbers was incredible. And Ban had a better season than Juve and has been having a quarter season than United. But level the selection, for example, Cristiano was way better, and the prize goes to whom? Okay, I'm a bit confused there. Now here comes the real stuff. For Messi, who only won the Copa del Rey for Barcelona, true, hasn't scored a goal against Real Madrid since Cristiano left. True. Missed the big games of the season. Won Copa America, which was supposed to be 4 in 4 years, and they do it pretty much every year. True. But it happened, so what are you going to say? He didn't score in the final and not in the semi-finals. And it's been a weak season for PSG individually. For Cristiano to win this award, he has to be 300% unquestionable. It's not you scoring the most beautiful bicycle kick of the year, being the champion of everything for the club, top scorer of everything, and scoring a hat-trick in the World Cup. They still have to find a way to get his prize. Already with Messi, it's the opposite. He can have a poor season, way down. They'll always find a way to favor him and give him the award. Still, debt, shame. Guys, guys, We are talking about an award, not a trophy. See, if this was in contention of how you got robbed off a Champions League or a World Cup, oh, I'm with you. You're talking about the football Oscars. It's not about the football Grammys. You're talking about a freaking award that had Jorginho at third and Simon Kerr at 18th. Keep that in mind. Sorry, wait. Steal, debt, shame. It's just unfortunate. Who saw it? Who saw it? Those who are intelligent enough know who deserves the truth. Receiving awards without deserving it is false happiness without pride. Regardless of those awards, CLC will always be the best in history. And then Cristiano put a thing here up below that says factos, thumbs up with the little eyes, suspicious eyes emoji. Now, here's my thing here. Let's just so people say, "Oh, how do you know that's Cristiano?" I'm willing to bet with you. I'm willing to bet money that I don't have that Cristiano runs his Instagram account or anything that is posted on his Instagram. He has verified because Cristiano is a guy who is, and justifiably so, bro. When you have 300 million Instagram followers right there, are you going to leave that to some dude? You're like, no. So even if he doesn't post anything that gets posted on Instagram, is done by him. Bro, he posted a story with him, I think, in like a heat stone. You know where you pour water on these stones? He was holding the phone. So do you think somebody was holding? No, he was clearly holding the phone, doing a selfie while he was in like a heat sauna there. So my thing is, this guy 100%, 1000%, is without a doubt, 1000%. He runs his Instagram accounts. That is 1000%. That is without a freaking doubt. So if this is true that he really did do this and so forth. I don't know whether it's like a fake image or so forth. But if he really did do this for Cristiano, I think I've got to be honest with you because I'll be fair here. There are some very good points made here. You see, because I said to me that based on the criteria that the Ballon d'Or uses, not my criteria, based on the criteria that the Ballon d'Or uses, Messi deserves to win it because he performed well for Barcelona in the league. Again, not maybe as well as Lewandowski, maybe compared to Cristiano, but he was exceptional in the Copa America. So you can't just say, well, what did you do in the semi or the final? How these things work is how did you do in this tournament? How did you do in this tournament here? He was the best player in the Copa America, which Argentina won, and he was amongst the best players in La Liga and pretty much was a one-man army. And we're now seeing his influence at Barcelona. But there's some... So, I mean, Cristiano can feel aggrieved of not at least getting top five. And for me, I would be the first to say that there is no chance in hell that based on what Cristiano Ronaldo did, he should finish below Jorginho. Now, I would put Kante higher because of Champions League tax. But if someone puts Cristiano ahead of Kante, I wouldn't say anything because I'm like, if you go throughout the entirety of the year, Kante had Lampard tax and Kante didn't have a very good Euros. So, and I can say that Cristiano, based on what he did in the Euros and what he did for Juventus, had a better year or 12 months than Kante, who had an exceptional like month or two months. So, but my thing though is this: this is what we have to be real here with is that Cristiano, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this as a professional. You shouldn't be doing. See, you can be competitive, but you can be competitive in a professional way. This is unprofessional because my thing, even if you feel aggrieved privately. You can be like, man, but to do this, to like, which is pretty much a hit piece on Messi that's pretty much pumping you up and saying that's like, people are just being biased towards Messi. Bro, what are we doing here? I mean, really, what are we doing? You doing this, man, it doesn't look good. And see, anybody that defends this, fine, you can defend this, but it's, for me, for a guy who I think carries himself in so much of a classy way, this is classless. This is classless. But this goes to the point that I always made before that, in my opinion, Messi doesn't care about that Ballon d'Or. He doesn't. And I think he even said, "Oh yeah, I will trade all my Ballon d'Ors for one trophy without Argentina." And I can bet you money that I don't have that Messi would trade all of his Ballon d'Ors, every single Ballon d'Or for for that Copa America. Like Messi's greatest achievements, the thing that has given him most joy, the happiest he's ever been was when he won that Copa America. Like when he wins the Ballon d'Or, it's like, okay, it's cool. But there's not that much joy on his face. For Cristiano, every Ballon d'Or he won, you can see the immense joy he has of winning each Ballon d'Or. For Messi, the guys I applaud. But the most emotion you saw from Messi was after they won the penalty shootout in the World Cup semi and when they won the Copa America, because for Messi, it's like he understands, no. Yeah, awards are cool. Football's about trophies. Because he knows that I'm in the shadow of Maradona. And for Maradona, why he's held in such high estimation is because of that freaking trophy he won and the trophies that he's won in football. And also for Cristiano, these Ballon d'Ors, they mean a lot to him because he cares a lot about his image. He really, really cares a lot about his image and how he looks matters a lot to him. So these Ballon d'Ors help to improve his image because he's got a massive ego. He's got a huge, massive ego. And my thing about it is that, and this is a fair point, I think it is healthy to be competitive. I think that's a healthy thing. I think this is why I think what football lacks that is so prevalent in basketball is in basketball, guys who really love to compete. And guys openly want to compete against other people. But in football, it's almost as if you're competitive or you want to win, it seems like, oh, no, that's not what you should be doing. But that's why I like Ibra's approach and I like Cristiano's competitiveness. Because I always say that the perfect for footballer is Cristiano's mentality, character, and Messi's ability, which is actually Maradona. Because Maradona is really the hybrid of Cristiano's mentality and Messi's ability. But I just think that liking this is pretty much you saying that you felt that you should have finished higher, which is one thing. But the key thing is you are pretty much greenlighting the fact that, oh, you deserve this over Messi, which goes to the point of that Cristiano has always, always cared about, and he's always been obsessed about this whole thing with him and Messi. It's still online. Do your Googles. The Piers Morgan interview where he said that he wants to have more Ballon d'Ors than Messi. That him and Messi are neck and neck and so forth. And I think this is the most unfortunate thing, and then I'll round it off rather. The most unfortunate thing is that there is nothing Cristiano can ever do, which is why I just feel sorry for him. And I wish I could tell Cristiano this. Cristiano, there's nothing you can do that will ever make you as good of a footballer as Messi in an attacking sense. Messi is one of the most gifted attacking football players of all time. That's just a fact. In terms of his goal scoring, his free kicks, his passing, his creativity, his playmaking, his dribbling, and the ability of where he can play as a false nine, he can play as an inside forward, he can play as a central midfielder, he can play as a number 10 extremely well. So he can play 4 or 5 different attacking propositions to an extremely high degree. You're dealing with a unicorn, a supernova of a talent. Now, his greatness and his ability, that's a different thing. But in terms of just talent, Cristiano, you'll never be as good as him. The only way you can compete with him are through goals. But goals is just one aspect of what Messi does. So my advice towards Cristiano is just do you. You have redefined goal scoring. What you're doing at United at your age is simply amazing. Worry about you, focus on yourself, and just be the best you that you can be. And let the chips lay where they lay. There are people that will say, no, Cristiano is the best. He's the GOAT. He's better than Messi because of blah, blah, blah. Boom. Then they're in camp. And there are guys like me who respect Cristiano's goal scoring, but will admit that because I view football in a certain way that Messi has always been, will always be a better footballer than Cristiano. And I'll always view Messi as a better footballer than Cristiano. Now, greatness is a whole different thing, but in terms of just who is just the best, the most gifted, it's Messi. But for Cristiano, my advice is that, bro, like, you can tell that this is an obsession that that Messi isn't better than you, that you are seen to be the same level as Messi, because he definitely wants to be like, I was the guy who was the real great, the real GOAT, and so forth. But it is what it is. So the best advice is, do you. Do you. True, you say that, but it is a natural human instinct to be like, I want to compete, I want to compete, I want to compete. And it's good, and competition is good, but you'll never be better, you'll never be as good as Messi. As a player, you'll never be as good as Messi, just footballing wise. And YouTube, when years go by and they look back on YouTube, YouTube will favor Messi much more kindly than a Cristiano, based on the extraordinary things Messi has done on a football pitch. So Messi's compilation 10, 50, 60 years from now will stand the test of time because you're like, man, look at the amount of stuff that this guy is freaking doing. But for Cristiano, in terms of what you've done, your legacy, your trophies, your achievements, they're amazing. And an award shouldn't validate that. As long as people believe you're amazing and you have your supporters and people who believe in you, who cares about the award? So why are you bothered about, oh my gosh? Because the thing is that you're bothered about an award that Messi himself doesn't care about, because Messi's focus is at the end of 2022 on the World Cup. That's his focus. Okay, I promise you, Messi doesn't care about the award. And if Cristiano won this award over him, Messi wouldn't give a damn. All Messi cares about is, okay, I'm cool with my family, bro. I've got to do something for Argentina, and let me see whether I can win another. Messi's focus is, I want to win another Champions League. I've got to try and win a World Cup with Argentina now. That is his focus. He doesn't care about this award. So you're angry about a guy who doesn't care about this award, and you shouldn't care about this award, Cristiano. You should worry about getting Portugal to that World Cup, trying to win the World Cup for freaking Portugal, and seeing whether you can win another Champions League with Man United. That should be your focus, not worrying about who should or who doesn't deserve a freaking plastic award that's had freaking Jorginho in freaking third. Like, subscribe, head to the website. One love.